Good morning, everybody. I'm Nikki Stanzione.
And I'm Kristen Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico style. When you look at me, you think go. When you think at Kristen, you think stop.
Green light, green light.
Red light, green light. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to everybody out there. I want to send a little shout out to a very special person, Elias Gallegos. It's his birthday today. So
happy birthday.
I don't know if he's awake yet watching, but if he is, happy birthday. We miss him. So, okay. So now I have to say, this is really good news. You know, we talk so much about all these lists that are worldwide and that people are talking about, and I love when we're on really good lists, you know? So Albuquerqueans, take a deep breath. The Duke City ranks very high for clean air. This is great. The Honeywell Air Genius Awards took a look at pollen, air pollution, and smoking ordinances in 100 cities.
Right, and Albuquerque came in number 7 for having the cleanest air. So it's really nice as long as it's not smoky from fires burning. Then our air tends to be pretty clean, and it's really nice. I mean, you would know, you've been in LA.
Oh my gosh, so smoggy.
No comparison.
No comparison.
It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, and you know, we've lived in places with a lot of humidity, and even though sometimes that air is clean, it doesn't always feel as clean, you know, because that stickiness. And yeah, definitely LA, the smog is just not something to be desired. So I love living in a clean air state, and top 10 out of 100. So yay for us. That's really good news.
We like hearing that.
So anything else new and exciting on this, what is it, Wednesday morning? Midweek
you know what
already?
I'm looking forward to? Guess what? Do you know what happens this weekend? You do know, right?
What?
We get to turn the clocks back.
Is it this weekend already?
Yeah.
We fall back?
We fall back.
So
we should get an extra hour
that gives us
sleeping
the
in.
extra. Okay, so we get the
extra.
extra.
It means it gets dark earlier, but that means it's going to feel really nice when you wake up all week next week.
See, I love that part. I love that part of it. But I do hate it when it's like 5 o'clock and
dark.
It's starting to get dark and you feel like it's dinner time and you're like, oh my God, it's only 5 o'clock.
So enjoy the longer days right now. I mean, they are getting shorter, but next week they're going to be a lot shorter.
Yeah. And later on in this show, you are going to talk a little more about that smoke, right? Because I know we're dealing with some of the fires right now.
Fire danger going up too.
Yeah, definitely one of the top news stories. So let's check in with KRQE News 13 anchor Elizabeth Alvarez, who has the morning's headlines. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy
Let's start off talking about the latest fire threat happening around the state of New Mexico. The latest wildfire in the state is burning right now in the Carson National Forest. It's called the Midnight Fire. It started yesterday afternoon, and it's burning near Cuesta. It's charred about 250 acres so far. Firefighters are warning campers that 3 campsites that they may need to evacuate if this fire gets any worse. One of the state's public pension plans is in deeper trouble than first thought. Workers will now have to wait longer to retire and possibly pay more into their pensions in order to fix it. Now, the pension plan for tens of thousands of public employees is $6.2 billion short. That's $1 billion more than a year ago.
The increase was driven primarily, Mr. Chairman, by poor investment performance.
Now, the Para Board plans to make up that money by not giving a cost of living increase and making workers pay more into their pensions. Besides, the pension plan for public workers is also short. $6 billion. Okay, in other news, we all know that aviation is very big here in New Mexico. In fact, so big that it brings almost $800 million to the state's economy every year. Representatives from major airlines, the military, and some Fortune 100 companies will meet today in Albuquerque to look at ways of bringing more jobs to the state. News 13's David Romero has more.
I think we're looking really well. I think we have a strong future here in aviation aerospace in New Mexico.
Right now, there are nearly 49,000 aviation and aerospace-related jobs in the state. Those workers earn a combined $1.3 billion. Aviation leaders say that number could jump by more than $1 billion.
We believe with some of the companies that are coming in and then some that we're presently recruiting, we feel that we'll increase that payroll.
From pilots to mechanics and various other airport jobs, industry execs say with some of those skilled workers retiring, it's not only vital to educate new workers to take their place, but add new jobs as well. A major source that employers want to tap into are skilled military veterans.
They're a perfect fit to come and work in the aviation world from those skill sets. Here in New Mexico, we've got 3 main bases for the Air Force: Kirtland, Cannon Air Force Base, and Holloman Air Force Base, that are on the leading edge of the future technologies for aviation.
With 21 charter flight companies, 61 public use airports, and 8 flight schools operating in the state, they say New Mexico is the right place and this is the right time.
We can creatively grow and foster our young folks moving forward in aviation aerospace careers.
All right, and that was David Romero reporting for us. That roundtable meeting, by the way, is going on right now. It just started at 8 a.m. and runs until 10 at the Sunport. A little less than 2 weeks away until the general election comes. The presidential candidates are beginning their sprint to the finish. Yesterday, President Obama and Mitt Romney tried to make points with voters in battleground states. Mr. Romney held rallies in Florida and Ohio. Romney and running mate Paul Ryan chose to look for support in 2 other key states, Nevada and Colorado.
In his speeches, he is really excellent at listing all the things that are wrong. He can just go over it, verbatim, just boom, 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 boom. PowerPoint presentation. But you know what? That's not leadership that you can trust.
We haven't heard an agenda from the president, and that's why his campaign is taking on water and our campaign is full speed ahead.
And in an effort to appeal to young voters, President Obama will sit down for a live interview with MTV this Friday. Governor Romney has been invited to do the same sometime before the November election. Would you take a look at this? Former governor and Libertarian President Gary Johnson looked more like a rock star than a presidential candidate. This was at a recent town hall meeting. Excited supporters held Johnson up as he surfed the crowd in Salt Lake City. This was about 2 weeks ago. Somehow I'm not surprised he went for it. Okay, in other news, love this story. He saved the lives of wounded soldiers in Afghanistan. This morning, a Kirtland Air Force airman has the Distinguished Flying Cross for it. Staff Sergeant Brandon Hill got that honor yesterday. In November of 2010, Sergeant Hill was a flight engineer on a helicopter that was called in to evacuate some soldiers who were hurt in the middle of a battle. At the same time, insurgents were shooting at them. Well, the military says that a lot of those soldiers would have died if it wasn't for what Sergeant Hill did.
I'm proud of what we were able to accomplish that day. And we do it for the guy to the left and the right of us. I mean, I walk the halls with heroes every day.
Wow. Sergeant Hill is currently assigned to the 512th Rescue Squadron at Kirtland Air Force Base. Congratulations to him, well deserved, and we thank him for his service. And that wraps it up for your Wednesday morning headlines. Be sure to catch Matt, Kristen, and myself every weekday morning beginning at 4:30 a.m. on KRQE News 13. Ladies, going to send it back to you.
Okay, hey Elizabeth, I know you get as excited about it as I do, that time change when it falls back. Well, we got to wait one more weekend. So.
Oh,
it's
one
different
more weekend?
this year.
So it's not this weekend?
It's not this weekend.
It always is, though.
I'm excited about it.
I know, I was too. We got to wait another week.
We teased
Good
everybody.
to know, though.
Yeah,
Remind us
it
again.
is coming up. It's around the corner.
This will give you an opportunity to really enjoy the later afternoons for one extra week, and then before you know it, then we'll fall back.
Yeah. Well, it's time for the Hollywood Buzz now.
Yay! TMZ correspondent Gary Trock joins us from Los Angeles. Good morning, Gary.
Hey, good morning.
Okay, I am not really that surprised about this story, but TMZ is reporting that Lindsay Lohan re-entered the New York City party scene last night, and this was the same place that she was arrested last month. I mean, honestly, will this girl ever learn, Gary? Seriously?
No, of course not. Yeah, she went back to the Dream Hotel out in New York. We got video of her staying there. She was there till 3 in the morning. But we were told that this was actually 2 days ago, I believe, and we were told she was there to watch the debates. She was not there to rage or party or anything like that. That she was there to watch the debates. Hopefully that's what she did. She didn't get arrested, so that's definitely a step in the positive direction. But yeah, I definitely, don't think that she's learning from her mistakes. I mean, you don't show up to the place that you got in trouble from, only a month before. You just kind of avoid. Why can't you watch the debate at home? There's no reason for you to go out, to a bar to go watch the debate.
Yeah. It was over. I mean,
it's not a football game.
I even watched the debate, and I get up at 3 a.m. every morning earlier, so it was over clearly, and she's still out till
I agree too. Yeah, that's another. Yeah, that's That's another thing. I think it was over 3 hours before, so maybe it was post-debate celebration.
Yes. I mean, I'm from New York. There's a few places you can go to watch a debate. I wouldn't necessarily recommend a bar that you just got arrested at. So, you know, I don't know what to say about her. Poor thing.
Yep.
Well, the whole Lowen clan seems like they're all up to something these days. Can you tell us what they're up to?
Yeah, apparently they need a session with Dr. Drew.
You know, Michael Lohan is trying to get Lindsay a conservatorship, basically. He is thinking that she's going down a bad path, that she's been partying with Dina, of all people. He's throwing Dina under the bus and says that Dina's an enabler and that Lindsay, you know, is basically going back to her old ways. He tried to stage an intervention with her the other week. It didn't go so well. She called the cops on him and he had to leave her house. But basically, this wasn't the first time that he's been planning this intervention. He's been thinking about it for a long time, so much so that he even contacted Dr. Drew and wanted Dr. Drew to do an intervention with Lindsay. Only thing is, Dr. Drew realized that, you know, having a high-profile person like him probably wouldn't be the best idea. And plus, he doesn't have the best, you know, rap sheet right now for, you know, celebrities with addiction. He got a lot of criticism over Celebrity Rehab, and plus a lot of those people seem to pass away after
I know,
they
isn't that
Celebrity
a
Rehab,
shame?
which is unfortunate.
Because I was a little addicted to Celebrity Rehab, to say the least. And yeah, it was really disappointing because you started to think that maybe they were going on a better path, and then you hear this terrible news after the fact. So
yeah, it's been bad.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Absolutely, yeah. But and Dr. Drew told Michael that he should go with a less high-profile interventionist if they want to get that done. And so they did go with a guy who unfortunately didn't get to do his work on Lindsay because she didn't accept the intervention. So, you know, from here, it's anyone's game. Michael's been rallying around Lindsay's people, and he says he's going to be going to court to try and get her the conservatorship. We'll see if it actually goes down.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I know you'll keep us informed. That is one family I know we will hear about from TMZ again at some point very soon. In the meantime, somebody we don't hear about as much with you guys is Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump told TMZ that he's going to reveal something huge about President Obama today that could actually change the election. So do you have any clue what he's going to say?
You know, there's lots of rumors to what he's going to say. One of the biggest rumors out right now is that apparently there may have been some divorce documents allegedly between the president and the first lady that never got filed, but you know, they exist. And these are just all rumors right now. I don't think whatever it is not going to affect anything. I mean, Donald, you know, blows a lot of hot air every time, you know, an election rolls around, and I think people take him with a grain of salt. You know, he's got great hair, so I think that's what people like him.
Yeah, he's probably jealous of Mitt Romney's hair. He's got to be at least a little bit, right? If I was Donald Trump, I would be. There's not a lot of other things you could be jealous about, but definitely the hair for sure. Yeah, you know, it is amazing how, you know, with Apprentice off the air right now, he's suddenly seeking some extra attention.
Itching to say you're fired. That's what he wants to do, and that's what he would probably do if Obama doesn't win.
Maybe he's announcing that the president and Mitt Romney are going to be on Celebrity Apprentice next season.
There you go.
Ooh, that could be a good battle right there. Well, thank you as always, Gary. Great information. We hope you have a lovely week ahead, and we'll look forward to talking to you next Wednesday.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks, Gary.
And you can catch TMZ weeknights at 5:30 right here on Casa Fox.
Well, as we always say on Wednesday, it's not just about the celebrity gossip, but it's time for our other Wednesday morning tradition. You gotta be kidding me. I love it when people say, I love that segment. Yeah, it's for sure. Oh, that's it.
I know, but it gets me all steamed up sometimes. And I don't really like to get steamed up.
Yeah, but I like it, I think. Well, you know, I'm a little dramatic. I like the drama a little bit.
Well, these are some good ones.
These are good ones. So if you haven't seen You Gotta Be Kidding Me before, these are ultimately stories that will make you say, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, so listen to this one. Your kids may want to stick with the superhero and princess costumes for Halloween. Listen to this. This is really disturbing. A 9-year-old Pennsylvania girl was shot, I mean literally shot, after being mistaken for a skunk. Now, hold your screams and everything right now. According to reports, the girl was wearing a black hat with a white tassel that was part of her Halloween costume.
Right, and thankfully the girl is okay. Apparently there was a party at her house. She went outside in the dark, and then a relative thought the distant figure was a skunk, so he opened fire and hit the girl in the shoulder. Why are there guns out at a party?
Well,
why?
That's first, yeah.
And why would you be shooting outside in the party? That's crazy. So authorities say the relative wasn't drunk, which that was the first thing that came to my mind.
Sure, me too.
Maybe, and so he has not been charged.
Listen, I'm a city girl, so I'm a little unclear as to how a 9-year-old, probably about so high, could be mistaken for a skunk. But hey, all I can say is, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
I mean, thank goodness
crazy.
she's okay. We want to be sensitive to these kind of stories because obviously that's a scary thing, and we don't want to make light of something as scary as being shot. However, it is certainly a you gotta be kidding me because that is just insane. So just, hold fire when you see these Halloween costumes, please.
There are a few out there right now. Here's another one. We've all seen over the top holiday decorations, but take a look at this.
Party rock is in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. And we gon' make you lose your mind. Everybody just have a good time. Party rock is in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. And we gon' make you lose your mind. We just wanna see you shake that.
I love it.
House.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, the Riverside house, it's in Riverside, California. This house was famous, obviously, for its annual Halloween-inspired light shows. This should be on America's Got Talent for sure.
I know.
Right? But this is the bad news. This year, it got shut down by the Homeowners Association.
Oh, that was so fun. But can you imagine if that were blaring through the neighborhood?
I'm just very disappointed.
You probably want to wring somebody's neck. But it is cool to see. They should be able to at least have a show.
Yes.
And get to do that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, you've got to be kidding me that I heard about yesterday. CBS was reporting it. Did you hear about the earthquake scientist over in Italy? They got put in jail because they didn't forecast the earthquake.
Yes. I did hear about that. That's
I was
another.
thinking, like, I would hate to be a meteorologist over there.
That's
I got the weather forecast
absolutely
wrong.
unacceptable.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I just had to say, you got to be kidding me to that.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to say something about that as well. But before we do that, I wanted to just follow up on what we were just talking about. That show that we were looking at. It was always a crowd pleaser, and this is really interesting. Last year, when the video that you just saw went viral, LMFAO actually showed up.
How cool is that?
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
That's a definite. You got to be kidding me. They should definitely keep it. And yes, agreed about the Italian scientists. Why you can't forecast earthquakes? Why would you go to jail for this?
It's a scary thing. That's just scary.
You got to be kidding me. Oh gosh.
Yeah,
anyway, those are the you got to be kidding me's of the day. Now, have you heard Taylor Swift's new song? We are never, ever, ever getting back together.
Everybody's heard it.
Have we all sang that
once?
once?
Part.
How do you do it again?
No, you gotta do it.
I can't do it. I don't remember how it goes.
The we-e.
We-e?
That's what it says. We-e. You'll see.
Okay.
There's a different version of the song.
I'm not as big of a Taylor Swift fan as you may think.
You've heard the song yet?
Yeah, I know that part.
The we-e is the part that drives me crazy. Okay. So anyway, it's gone viral. It's a parody, Breaking Bad. It's a parodying that show. So it's called We Are Never Ever Cooking Meth Together. Check it out.
Nothing we are never, ever, ever gonna cook together. We are never, ever, ever gonna cook together. You go talk to Goodman, talk to Skylar, talk to me. But we are never, ever, ever, ever gonna cook together. Yo, whatever.
So funny. Now, of course, this is, as you said, a parody of Breaking Bad, and if you are a fan of the show, then you will really get it because there's a lot of references and innuendos about different scenes that you've seen over the years on Breaking Bad. And
all the
hysterical.
good scenes. One of my favorite recently is when they're all sitting at the table. It's Skylar, and you have Aaron Paul as Jesse, and then you have Walter White, and it's the most awkward conversation. Skylar's just chugging the wine, and then they do that in the video. So
it reminds me of that Saturday Night Live spoof when they would all sit around the dinner table and you just heard the clinking silverware because nobody knew what to say.
It's awkward. You feel awkward watching that moment.
That's funny. Well, that video is really talk about going viral. It's got how many hits at this point? I think over 100,000 by now. So doing really well.
It's up
a
there.
biggie. It's a biggie. Now, if your cell phone doesn't work well in the next few days, you'll want to blame the sun.
Yeah, that's because of a huge number of solar flares coming off the sun right now. And this is video from one of those flares, and you can see it. It's a big one. In fact, it's the largest one and the most powerful one that we have had so far. It was an X1.8. Whenever you get into that X category, that's when you know they're really strong and they can really have an impact on some of the radio waves, GPS signals. And this happened Monday, and Elizabeth was saying that she and her husband's phones were both doing crazy things, and that can happen. And I suspect it probably was because of what happened Monday afternoon. She said Monday night that they had those issues with the phones and stuff. You can have blackouts too sometimes. So
well, we are very dependent on the sun for many things now, even our cell phones. So speaking of the sun, we'll see a lot more of it today, won't we?
We are going to see more sunshine today. It was a beautiful sunrise. I don't know if you got a chance to see